that sea is going to split for you. You know what I mean? Like right now, you're knocking doors, you're making dials, and you can't see a way, but he's going to make the way.
100%.
He's going to split the sea. He's going to move the mountain. He's going to kill Goliath. Like, he's going to make a way, dog. Even if you don't believe, if you believe in a universal power of if X equals Y equals Z, and X is a representation of, input equals output, and then the Z is the result. Like, bro, I promise you, if you keep showing up and you keep doing what it takes, like you're not finished. You're just getting started. This ain't the end. This is just the beginning. You ain't out. You up. You like, you know what I mean? Like, and you got to remind these young men and women, because like the biggest enemy, the biggest demon in this entire world is fear. Another episode of Adversity Kings. We've got special guest today, Alexis Valladares.
That's good enough, bro. It works for me.
That's the craziest. Okay, listen, guys, quick bio for him. He sold over $100 million worth of real estate. He's someone that has mastered the art of sales in the real estate game and will give you tangible steps to change your life. The founder of one of the greatest real estate coaching platforms, none other than Mr. Alexis. So, guys, I think the biggest thing you need to understand is he's coaching and helping individuals scale in the real estate community, the industry, like no other right now. He's got close to 200 members from over 40 states in his training program, done over $1 million in commissions in the last 3 years, over 150 deals and high ticket sales. And he's just crushing in every aspect of life. I love seeing his content, genuine. We hit it off a couple months ago, if not longer.
I saw your knock again, bro. That spin around the block video was like, I was like, damn, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people out there posting content, and like I don't connect with a lot of them, but 100%. I immediately connected with your page, and you just spit on the stories too. You just spit the real raw shit every fucking day, and I appreciate that, bro.
So do you.
So it's good to be on here with you.
1,000%.
Yes, sir.
1,000%. So let's go right to the point of origin. Where were you born and raised?
Born and raised in Miami, Cuban parents, immigrants. I was
Tony Montana.
Yeah, I had the opportunity, bro. I take shit very seriously at this point in my life because some of my friends came when they were like 10, 12, on a raft or on a plane, the last plane out or whatever the case was. And I was born and raised here. And I don't think until like 21, 22 years old, I realized how big of an opportunity I had. I speak 2 languages. I'm fluent in communication with other people, and I have a genuine heart and care for the betterment of other people. And I said, I got to seize this opportunity, bro.
1,000%.
So I take shit very seriously because I could have been in a completely different situation.
What was growing up for you like?
Growing up for me was interesting, bro. My dad was an entrepreneur. He owned like 35 gyms. It was like an only ladies gym back in the day, and he crushed it for over a decade. So I grew up in the 5,000 square foot mansion, private schools, friends that, had PJs, and I'd go to school in a Range Rover one day and a Mercedes the next and a Porsche the next. So that's what I grew up around, and I was like, damn, this is fucking cool, right?
Yeah.
But then, as I got older, I saw how bad the relationship between my family was. And, it quickly started sinking in that just because you have money and financials doesn't mean you have it all. Fast forward, we lived that crazy life for... until I was like 11 years old, 12 years old.
Yeah.
Shit hit the fan hardcore. Dad lost all the businesses, bankrupt, 5,000 square foot mansion to like 900 square foot townhouse, separated parents, dealing with, witnessing some things on my dad's side that I was like, holy shit, this is kind of crazy. He dealt with some issues throughout his career of making a bunch of money and stuff. And it kind of just taught me like money's great, solves a lot of problems, but if you don't have the right relationships with the right people throughout the money's just gonna fucking magnify whoever you are, bro. If you're a good person without money, you're gonna be a fucking great person with more money. If you're a shit person with no money, you're gonna be the worst person in the world with money. So, but I thank him every day, bro, because if it wasn't for the adversity, bro, that I got slapped in the face with at 12 years old, nothing here happens.
Wow.
Because if I would have continued that life of just being pampered, private school, I want this perfect, first class fights, season tickets to every sports team that I ever wanted to ever watch growing up. To then at 12, hey, lights are off. Figure it the fuck out, buddy.
Wow.
And I don't want to make it sound like a horrible story, bro. It was a blessing.
1,000%.
Like there's some people that didn't have food and a shelter. I had a 900 square foot townhome to go to. I had food to eat.
Yeah.
But for me, it was a big change in life. Change in circumstances, went from private to public, which was okay.
Yeah.
Everything that happened after that, for the first 2 years, I started blaming people. But after that, I was like, this is fucking cool. Because now I'm kind of like figuring out who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have an identity. It was baseball and school and just everything I ever wanted. Hey, mom, get me this. And then that identity of like, I want to do what my dad did, but 10 times bigger.
Wow.
Kind of was born. And then, you know, fast forward high school, 14 years old, I was that kid that was like, Mom, by the way, just giving you the expectation. I knew how to set expectations at a young age. I don't know if I'm going to graduate. I was like, I have this burning desire to create my own like schedule and like not trade time for money. Cause I understood at a very young age that time was, I guess my dad, bro. Yeah. Just seeing him, you know, the way he moved, the way he teleported from place to place on a plane, and the way he was able to delegate things and outsource and scale, you know, 35 gyms, bro, over 150, 200 employees. Yeah. All that payroll. And, you know, even though he mismanaged it for a majority of the time, I learned, you know, I saw what was right and what was wrong. And the idea of, you know, it's a very simple concept, guys. If you guys are watching this right now, I mean, I'm sure you guys have talked about it. Money gets printed, it's reproduced. You can fuck up 10 different businesses. All you're gonna have at the end of it is experience. But the second, every tick that's hitting that clock right now is gone for fucking ever. Yeah. You're never gonna get that shit back. So when I understood that it's all about experiences, relationships, and what you can create in this life, it's not just about money. I said, I don't wanna trade time for money. I worked at Pizza Hut, did the call center there, and that's when it started ticking again. I was the best call rep in the center, and I was like, damn, I just fucking made these guys $1,200 in an hour. They paid me $7. Fuck no. I have skills. I can go out there and create the same shit. So I was that guy that launched 10 LLCs throughout high school. Yeah. Selling candy bars in the middle of class, headphones, fixing iPhones, chargers. I had my first brand at 14 years old, which ultimately all failed until real estate. But all of them were massive learning experiences that led me here, bro.
So when did you get into real estate?
I got licensed February 2020. Okay. I had hit, and this is a piece of advice that I'll give everybody, which I know you can probably agree with. If you guys want to get to the highest peak of your life that you've never been to, figure out how to find the lowest bottom you've never been to first. And you'll be able to discover parts of yourself that you never knew fucking existed. So, you know, fast forward when I was like 18, 19 out of high school, I was playing golf. I started caddying. It wasn't bad money. You know, I started a golf brand at that point. I wanted to launch a new golf ball, revolutionize the industry. That didn't fucking work. But that's okay. It was a massive learning experience. And then 2019, I was getting kind of tired of the whole caddying and feeling like a fucking inferior human being. And I said, I'm going to go caddy in Wisconsin because they have I'm sure you're familiar, Sheboygan. Yeah. Right north of Chicago. Yeah. They have a course called Whistling Straits. Mm-hmm. They host a Ryder Cup there, and the pay there during the summer is great. So I moved out there for 6 months. It was honestly one of the worst experiences of my life. It was cold. I was away from home. I was in a fucking $400 a month tiny apartment, you know, fending for myself for the first time ever, like alone. And that for me created rock bottom. I was supposed to save 20, 30 G's. I came home with like 3, blew it in like 3 or 4 weeks. And then I was at rock bottom. You know, December 2019, the company had just failed, the golf balls. I had lost contact with my supplier. I had a bunch of things that were going on, like permissions and things that I had with the USGA for the golf ball to get approved. Didn't get approved, and I hit fucking rock bottom, bro. And bro, I never, like, I had real estate like in the back of my mind years before, but the first time I opened up a book, I was like, this shit's hard. You know, I don't want to embrace this shit. This shit's hard. And then I guess my mom knocked on my door. This is literally how it happened. I was in bed probably for like 2 or 3 weeks, bro. Wake up, eat, go to sleep, and just fucking sob all day, bro. That's what it was. Yeah. That's what it was. I had those periods of times when something would massively fail, I would just crumble. But I found a different person in that time. Like that for me was like the discovery phase of this fucking animal that was never going to be told no ever again. Yeah. She knocked on the door and said, why don't you fucking just get your license? And I was like, did some research about a day and said, you know what, 90% of millionaires or whatever come from real estate. Had no clue what I was going to do, whether it was going to be representation, commercial, residential, fix and flip. I had no idea, bro. I just said, you know, I got nothing else going on for me. Took the opportunity. She paid for the course. I had no fucking money. Yeah. No money in 2020. I sat down at the course and I looked around and I'm like, this is everybody's fucking plan B. Like everybody here, this is why I love fucking teaching now, because real estate for everybody's a plan B, bro. Yeah. No one grew up and said, I'm going to be an agent, insurance agent. No one really grew up and said, you know, I'm going to be a fucking insurance agent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I looked around in that room and I said, I don't know, bro. Something was born. I was like, I'm going to fucking dominate this shit. I'm going to be the best fucking guy. And then I started talking to people that were like, hey, we're going to represent sellers and buyers. I go, fuck, that sounds cool. And you know, knowing what rock bottom now felt like and doing the math when I pulled out my phone and I did 500 grand times 3%, I go, oh shit, this could really change now. Shit could really change. So the second I got in the first brokerage, fast forward, I got the license first try, went through some more adversity right before the license. Day before the exam, appendix burst. And I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was on my fucking deathbed. And I woke up from surgery. The second that I had somewhat of orientation, I said, Mom, give me the fucking book. I'm not fucking failing this test. I started like, instead of like coming down on myself when shit hit the fan, I started learning how to like embrace the hard time at that point in my life. So appendix burst, I had emergency surgery. Everything went great, thank God. Next week I took my test, passed the test, and I said, I'm Conor McGregor. I'm not here to fucking take part. I'm here to fucking take over. I'm sick and tired of this shit. I'm sick and tired of being that 22-year-old kid living at home. I know my fucking potential. I'm gonna go out there and win. So I sat down in the office and I said, find me the top producer here. Who's making 250 G's a year? Never made past 30 grand in a year, ever. And I said, find me the guy who's making 250. He sat me down. He's like, what do you want to do? I was like, I want to make 250 this year. He's like, you have to sell like 10 million in real estate to do that, right? I was like, yeah, can I do it? Yes or no? He's like, we don't even do that as a 6-person team. I go, all right, man, it sounds like you're not the fucking guy. Did that for 2 months, saw the way he would present at presentations, and I was like, this is not the guy. Backtrack a little bit, bro, just to give you guys context, right? Because I know me and you are on the same page about this. The time between an idea and when we execute, for people like us, it's so short. Like when something makes sense, we just fucking go do it right away. Yeah. So when someone came across to me in that brokerage and they said, all you got to do is get listings, cold call people, set the appointment, go over there, present, show them why they should work with you instead of themselves, and you're going to start making commissions. They put me in front of a fucking script book, and I'm like, this is kind of really bad, but I just picked up the phone and started calling. I probably made 2,000 dials the first week. And it was literally like week 1.5, it was like Wolf of Wall Street type shit. Like I would stay late, make the phone calls, and I'd get an appointment, and these 4 other guys would look at me and be like, how the fuck did you do that? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I just figured out over the last 7 days what every objection was going to be, and started figuring out what the wrong way to do it was. And then there was only the right way left. And I just kept pounding. I faced a lot of adversity in that first year, bro, because February 2020 was COVID. Mm-hmm. The second I started getting like traction with listings, COVID hit, the market took a shit, and I had to pivot to rentals. Yeah. Pivoted to rentals and did that for a year, got comfortable, making 3 or 4 or 5 grand a month. And 2021 was when everything happened, bro. 10.5 million in sales, 230 in commissions. And that changed my life, bro. I moved out, got my first nice car myself, and was making 30, 40 G's every month. Some big months, some a little bit smaller months, and that completely transformed everything for me. And I was at a very high level of communication because of how many repetitions I put in. And that was when the idea of like helping others was born. Wow. At that point.
Wow. Yeah. And so then you started the coaching a little bit over a year ago.
April 24th, 2022, my broker hit me up and he's like, dude, you're doing close to $500,000 in like 18 months in GCI. Just come do a class. Like, come speak, share what the fuck you're doing, because you're brand new and this is working. Yeah. So I just got in front of a room of like 70 people and I was shitting bricks. Yeah. I ripped it, crushed it. I had just transitioned from a team. I was like a solo agent at that point, and like fucking 40 people came up to me. They're like, yo, I want to join your team. I was like, oh, wait, hold up. Yeah. Wait a second. There's something going on here. So they had like 30 offices at that point. I started doing like a little tour. Nothing formal, bro. I started doing like one-on-one mentorship. Yeah. I started a team of like 14 agents. That went to shit. My personal production tanked. Yeah. I started spending like 25, 30 G's a month just on business stuff for the team. Yeah. Without really having a plan. To kind of side note real quick, to give you guys some context, like everybody was telling me to slow the fuck down. Everybody. Yeah. Slow down. You're going too fast. You're spending too much money. You just started making money. You're only 2 years in. Stop, just do solo agent for a while. Stay on your team. Don't start a team. And now looking back, 100% starting that team was a massive mistake. Yeah. But if I wouldn't have started that team, I wouldn't have been able to have this team now. With fucking structures, operations, people, teams, like systems, processes, where it's like fucking autopilot now. If I didn't have that experience, I wouldn't have known what fucking went wrong.
Yeah.
So to give you guys context, you guys just gotta fucking be a wild animal out there and just try, and take from your losses and figure out what the fuck went wrong and apply them into the next venture. But that whole shit where people, they try a couple times and then they get fucking scared and they stop. We're just a story of never give up, bro.
Literally.
That's it. Like everybody that sits in these chairs is just like, I just tried one more time. I'm
Yeah.
fucking dumb, bro. I graduated high school with like a 2.1 or a 2.2. I barely got like 8 credits in college. But we understand that helping each other is only going to make us more money.
Yes.
We don't put the dollar figures in front of the people.
Yeah.
I have never once put a fucking commission in front of a client.
Yeah.
Ever. And people, relationships over transactions. Yeah, it actually is. Like when my mortgage was due and my fucking office rent was due and I had a deal falling through and I had a $30,000 commission on the line, it wasn't the $30,000 commission getting cashed. It was the client getting taken care of.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's tough to build that kind of character. It's tough to make those decisions, but it's going to pay off in the long run, bro. I'm not looking at the next 2 years. I'm looking at the next 20. I'm fucking 27 years old, bro.
Yeah.
1000%,
dude. I love that. So, as we talk about moves, what are some of the next moves for you as you scale over the next 24, 36 months? I hate to label things with time because I don't even really believe in time, but like, what are the next moves for you?
So right now we're gonna hit 200 members. I got a sales team of 2 people.
Yeah.
I got Richard running the operations. I got Jacob. He's my content manager, pumping out all the content. We got a team of like 8 or 9 people between all the VAs and everything. I want to get to 1,000 members, but I don't. For the first 500 members, we're in over 40 states now. I don't give a shit how much you pay or who you are, like, or how fast it grows. I want quality people that are gonna sit down and really fucking do what I tell them to do, so that they can come on and say, yo, like I sat down with this guy, I was brand new, and now I'm making 40 grand a month in commissions.
Yeah.
I don't, bro. I already made money with real estate. I'm not fucking rich yet.
Yeah.
But I got some deals that I still close out with people. And now we got it's a high ticket program that we're running, but I'm focused on the quality of it. And now is when we're seeing just every morning we wake up and it's just like, yo, I just joined a month ago and I want to put you on contact with 2 of my guys. They want to join. Same thing with real estate. I would close out a for sale by owner. That's what my niche was, for sale by owners. I would do such a fucking great job for them that my next deal just came to me.
Yeah.
Because I cared about the person, not about the commission. It's really easy, bro, in real estate. Like when you see a $30,000 check, you don't really care. You don't really think about what's going to happen to the person, bro. You'll just tell them whatever. Hey, yeah, the loan disclosure is this, it's that. They get into the house, they call you 6 months later, bro, you fucked me over. That have I made mistakes? 100%. But I always try to look at the relationship. Because if you're thinking about money, right? Again, when you think about 10-year terms, if I fuck you over in one deal and I cash a $30,000 check, I made 30 grand lifetime value. If I fuck up that one deal, we don't close it, but I told you what was the right shit and I put you in a better position, over the next 10 years, how many people are you going to send me? What's the lifetime value of that client? 100 times over. But people are so focused about the bill right now, the mortgage right now, the this right now. I get it. I fucking been there. But you got to think about the lifetime value of a human being, bro. Not about that fucking commission check that you're going to go out and fucking blow at the Brickell City Center right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In Hong Kong.
Yeah. 1000%.
So, bro, this game's not hard, man. Just get around the right people, have a big vision. Don't be afraid to fuck it up. Fuck it up all the time, bro. Yeah. All the fucking time. My guys are like, how do you close like 90? Bro, like 90%, Rich can attest, like 90% of the sales calls that I get on are like paying fulls on the phone.
Yeah.
How'd you get to that point? Bro, because a lot of them in the beginning didn't fucking pay at all. And I just started figuring it out little by little. But whenever I get rejected on a call, I don't go back and say, oh, well, I didn't get paid now. This is maybe not for me.
Yeah.
I just keep going, bro. And I genuinely, if there's one thing that, when someone asks me what's different about you and the other coaches, I'm like, there's very few people in this industry that give a fuck about the student. Yeah. Very, very few, bro. And that's why I connected with your shit, because like I see you there every morning showing up, spinning the block every fucking morning.
Every day,
you're knocking
bro.
that, like you really, I showed my guys, I was like, yo, this guy is fucking, I like this guy.
Yeah.
You sit there in the office and you fucking train these guys up and you fucking care. You've already made money.
Yeah.
We're gonna make more money, but you care about what it can do for them and their families and their shit, and that's important. That's what's gonna get us to the next 20, 30 years.
Dude, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? I tell people all the time when it comes to sales, because I started popping off early. I was 18, 19 years old in the insurance industry, and they'd be like, get up here and, run a sales workshop. And 98% of the sales workshop would be me talking about transparency and honesty at 18, 19 years old. And I was, just putting an emphasis on, hey, I set the script aside and I just started to pretend like this person was a part of my family and setting up a deal that I would set up for my family.
For your grandma, for your
my
mom,
grandma,
for your
my
sister.
mom. And ultimately, and like you say, I created this little analogy I heard from a super wealthy, this $1 billion dude. And I should say $1 billion man. I'm associated with him now in the insurance industry. And, he had everybody in this room, and it's all of us. We're all franchise owners. And he says, will you raise your hand if you live off 100% of your gross revenue, your gross income, the gross commissions your business generates? And everybody raised their hands. Everybody's looking around like, oh, okay, awesome. And he's like, I feel so bad for all of you. I try to live off 1%.
Holy shit.
And we all look and we're like, what do you mean you try to live off 1%? Is he trying to like mess with it? This dude's a billionaire. And and we're like, what do you mean you try to live off 1%? Everybody's like, like questioning everything. The room's going nuts. 300 little millionaires in there, and he's just big dogging everybody. And he's like, if you're living off all of the money, if you literally have to live check to check to check off of your business, you don't have a business. You're strapped for cash. You're overvaluing the deal instead of the person. You should be living off 1% so that you can invest back and you can save and you can set aside and you can continue to scale your business. Because in the grand scheme of things, I boiled it down to this simplified saying because he was so mathematic with the way he broke it down and just maneuvered the room. And I just broke it down to like, so simple, dude. I told my guys, I was like, would you rather have the smallest piece of the biggest pie or the biggest piece of the smallest pie? And some of the super dumb ones obviously pick the biggest piece of the smallest pie. But that's how people are.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
They'll try to max out and wax out a person for one deal when that lifetime value
It's 100 times over.
is 100 times over. And not even monetarily. Like, you just don't know the people that they can connect you with, that they're going to evolve into by being genuinely good to that person, regardless of, like, here's where you really become a black belt of relationships. It's like, hey, dude, I'm just going to be genuine regardless. I'm going to be a good dude regardless. You know what I mean? I have no idea in regard to what the value might be negative. I'm going to just be good. I'm going to just be a good dude.
100%.
And that's when you become a black belt in like business, relationship building, communication, and sales. And I can see that in you. It's like, dude, this dude's high level. You know what I mean? Because when you can fake a lot, especially in Miami. You know what I mean?
100%, bro.
You can fake a lot, but you can't fake real. You can't fake being a good person. It gets exposed. Time reveals all. And you can feel the vibe and the energy. Real recognizes real, and you can start to understand, like, oh, this person actually does care about people.
Yep.
You can see it in their clientele. You can see it in the results they generate. You can see it in how they treat themselves, mind, body, spirit, all of it. So, dude, I love to hear all of that. I love to hear all of that, man. So, what are some things outside of business that, obviously we're working 24/7, but like, what are things that you do to like stimulate the mind?
I play golf.
Yeah.
I play a lot of golf.
Yeah.
But, I'm in this position right now where honestly, I love what the fuck I'm doing. There was a point in time where with real estate and representing clients, it was a little stressful.
Yeah.
Dealing with their whole situations and moving, and it's a tough task.
Yeah.
But now it's like we're so honed in on creating a platform and a system for these students to come in and level up their communication skills in less than 90 days, bro. People are coming in and fucking transforming. And we're just dialed in on that. I'm having fun. Yeah. I have time freedom now. I can do this from anywhere in the world now. So this is a fun season for me, but bro, I'll go on I went on vacation to Punta Cana with my girl, and I laid down on the beach, and in 30 minutes I was bugging, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I was having a great time, but I was like, I'm bugging. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I hopefully she doesn't watch this podcast. I was having a great time, but
yeah,
I just want to, it's like a purpose for me, bro.
Yes.
It's like, I love getting that text message. Dude, I was skeptical on the call. You really did kind of hard close me, because I'll push these people. I'll be like, dude, I see it in you, bro. I don't give a fuck about your money, dude. What's the big picture, right? And then they'll text me, 30 days later, bro, I just closed 3 deals, made 30 grand. This is going to change my shit now. And it's I go back and I'm like, damn, that was me. Yeah. With no fucking money in the account, going to fucking BB&T Bank across my street every fucking day, just trying to put in $20 to get out of the negative to be able to go fucking get Panda Express or some shit. Yeah. To just see, and it's not that I don't say it in a bad way, because it's honestly, when you look back, it's not the worst thing that could happen. Yeah. We live in a really good fucking place. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was my adversity. I think everybody's got to embrace their own adversity. just in a really cool spot right now, bro. Just trying to live life. Also 27 years old, you know, selling my property now. Cause I kind of figured that, you know, I thought buying a home and getting in a nice home remodeled the way you wanted it was the play, but I want a little bit more freedom.
Yeah.
With bouncing around from spot to spot. So I'm looking for a condo now.
Yeah.
Just going to enjoy that. Just being a 27-year-old too, you know?
Yeah.
Although I don't really do many normal things. I don't go to the club or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like none of that weird shit. Just want to travel and hopefully here in the next 5 or 6 years, maybe get ready to start a family.
Yeah.
And keep impacting agents, bro. I'm really dialed in on I've thought about going into the general sales game because I understand the whole fucking concept. I can teach your guys how to sell insurance just like you can teach my guys to sell real estate.
Yeah. It's
but you're known as Tristan, the fucking insurance guy.
Yeah.
And I want to be known as the real estate residential guy. You know, that's what my plan is right now.
Love
and just continuing to connect with people that have platforms so we can all continue to level up and just impact others. Like we're in a fucking extremely favored position.
Yeah.
And it is our fucking obligation to put other people that want to be in it.
Yeah.
And just give them the opportunity to do so. So
you know what I think you would love is I just created this new company called Sales Hub. And
I saw that.
Yeah, dude. Essentially what is cool is it connects the recruitee directly with the recruiter. And so people all over the US, I've already got I just launched this literally this past week. There's already 40 members in there. It's probably a 60-40 split of recruiters to recruitees. But just imagine all the people in the industry, just the real estate industry alone, that have wasted their time, money, and energy on finding loser recruits, spending money on staffing companies, recruiting companies, and this vice versa. Imagine all the people that could have made money faster, which saves their time faster, like the ticks. You know what I mean? All that time they could have never gotten back, they would have been placed in Sales Hub. They got directed with you, coming up in the real estate game, whatever it might be.
That's sick.
That's it. That's the future. The recruiting.
We got to talk about that. That's sick.
That's all I'm plugging right now. So all I'm plugging right now is Sales Hub. I'm plugging Sales Hub all over. I'm gonna make an ad after this, dude. But I truly, that's my baby right now. Because insurance, that elevated me. But at the end of the day, I think it's gonna be the marketing machine. You know, I think I'll be the light skinned Rogan when they
bro,
break it down.
you're going off, bro.
I like to
You're
speak.
Mr. Worldwide. You're in Hong Kong one day, then South Korea,
all of that. So speaking for me is probably the legacies. I like to get up. I like to impact and just share message and share conviction and passion. And that'll lead into different areas. Like Sales Hub for me is that's the baby right now.
I like that. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
You want to speak at my event in October?
Absolutely.
You be down for that?
Yeah.
I think you can bring in some.
I'll sell tickets, bro.
Yeah, we'll sell
1000%.
tickets. We'll put people in chairs and we'll impact some lives, bro.
Yes, dude.
Honestly, bro, that I watch whenever I'm fucking, because I think you have it pinned, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I'm having, because we all have rough days, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, spin the block,
knock
again.
Dog.
That video popped.
It
bro.
popped.
That
bro.
video
Dak
popped.
Prescott shared it. Followed me.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
crazy.
that. And then when I started following you, I was like, all right, let's see what the fuck is up, right? And then you started posting your stories.
Yeah.
Like the way you would communicate through your stories, I was like, this is one of the few guys that.
All I can be is real because I honestly might just start making content about how much I hate other people's content. And because it's not a matter of
it's true.
I
bro.
have the best content. It's just so many we can tell you're faking it, Joe. You know what I mean? You got this Joe Biden ass type of content. You should wake up and read and work out and you're gonna have a better shut the fuck up.
Yeah, facts, bro.
Dog, you can see it in somebody's eyes. It's pain that makes you better. That's when you go through that dark shit, that hard shit, you're heartbroken, your girl left you, you're hungry, you're dark, you're broke, and you have nothing. You're disappointed with yourself. You're disgusted with yourself. When you keep knocking in those dark times, when you keep showing up, there's so many different Bible verses and places I like to go back to remind myself, God didn't forget you. I think of when I'll study the Israelites getting saved from slavery and freed by God. And I'm like, dude, when he split the Red Sea, I'll be telling my guys this. He's going to, because some of these guys, they don't know the Bible. You know what I mean? So I just take the Bible and I plug it in and I'm like, dude, that sea's going to split for you. You know what I mean? Right now, you're knocking doors, you're making dials, and you can't see a way, but he's going to make the way.
100%.
He's going to split the sea. He's going to move the mountain. He's going to kill Goliath. He's going to make a way, dog. Even if you don't believe, if you believe in a universal power of if X equals Y equals Z, and X is a representation of, input equals output, and then the Z is the results. Bro, I promise you, if you keep showing up and you keep doing what it takes, like you're not finished. You're just getting started. This ain't the end. This is just the beginning. You ain't out. You up. You like, you know what I mean? Like, and you got to remind these young men and women, because like the biggest enemy, the biggest demon in this entire world is fear. It has killed more people. It has killed more dreams than anything in this entire world. People that think, oh, cancer kills the most people. Sugar kills the most people. War kills the most people. Fear has killed billions and billions of dreams and people. Put them straight in the grave. Just a dash on the gravestone.
They don't even fucking try, bro.
You know? And here's what I ask people. I just asked the guys before. I ask every man this. Because men, it's like, we have to take this a little more serious, I believe. Your legacy, it's your name. You know, like if you were born a couple hundred years ago, like all that would matter is like your name. You know, what are you going to collect some gold coins and get a shack and, you know, fight off some grizzly bears? Like your name was everything, bro. So like here's a question I ask everybody is, who was your great-great-great-grandfather?
I don't know.
You have no idea. You know what I mean? And all respect to your lineage, all respect to my lineage,
Yeah.
I don't even know who my great-great-grandfather was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Imagine being forgotten after 3 or 4 generations, bro. Just in your own
It never
lineage.
existed. It never existed.
Like you never existed. It breaks my soul. It breaks my heart. It's like,
Yeah.
we're like, man, I need motivation.
I've never really broke it down like that. That's kind of crazy.
3, 4 generations, bro. That ain't a lot. You know what I mean? Even too, like, who's your great-great-grandfather? No idea.
I have no idea.
Who's your great-grandfather? Who's your father? You know what I mean? Like,
It's like, but if your dad was like, you know, Kobe Bryant or something,
bro,
then the great grandkids are gonna know about Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
But you solve for, you just reverse engineer everything. Like when you're solving for sales, I always tell everybody, listen, you don't suck at sales. You suck at working. Like that's it. Like I wish there was a script or a close to make you better, or a product that was going to make you better. Like you just don't know how to sit there with delayed gratification and make dials and knock on doors.
Yeah.
And if there is any limiting factor in sales, it would be your leads. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, what is a lead? It's a human being. So if you selected a product, like I see the saxophone right there. You know what I mean? Like if you were door knocking and selling saxophones, you may have a limited product market fit product. You know what I mean? So it's like, but if you're selling coaching or real estate, I believe every place in the world has property.
And realtors.
You know what I mean? And realtors. So it's like, as long as you break the language barrier, and that's not hard with artificial intelligence and, you know, hiring and everything like that, like you have a product that now you can sell to 8 billion people or 4 billion people. I don't know how many people have access to
whatever it is, bro.
But like
it's
there's so few limiting factors in sales and making money. It's the people you have access to. So those people out there, right? There's a lot of like dumb people that limit themselves with their product and their service. They're like, I have a great product. Well, you can sell it to 3 people, you idiot. You know what I mean? So that's why you're broke. Like you're a great hard worker, but you're limited by your company. You're limited by the resources you have access to. If you don't increase your resources, I don't care how hard of a worker you are. You know, I talked to this dude that sells jets, and I was signing him up for coaching. And more so like get him on the podcast, grow his brand, all this. And he's like, yeah, dude, times are rough right now. Times are rough. You sell fucking jets. Because in my mind, I'm like, well, if I just sold you sell a super expensive product, what's the average jet? 10 mil, 50 mil, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, what do we talk, like, even if you were getting 0.5 point, you know what I mean? If you're getting 0.5% on a $10 million jet, like times are rough right now. And I'm like, oh, nah, this even reinforces my beliefs on sales even more. The product, like the commission on the product you make isn't as relevant as your lead access and how hungry you are. The hunger comes after, because if you only have 2 people to, like, if no one's buying jets, I don't care how hungry you are, bro.
Or how good you are.
Or how good
who you
you
gonna
are.
sell to?
Doesn't matter. Who you gonna sell to? Who you gonna sell to, man? So I love every bit of it, man. I love all of it. I love, you know, when I think of like doubters and haters and things. Have you read Choose Your Enemies Wisely? I'm on a rant right now.
No.
You got to read this book, Choose Your Enemies Wisely.
Choose Your Enemies.
It's by Patrick Bet-David. Yeah.
Oh, I started reading that book, bro. I never got to like.
Here, here's another thing I hate. I hate books. I love books. I've probably read 600 books, but I hate them because it's almost like, I always tell my girl and she laughs and she says I'm stupid for this. It's like, I tell her, listen, I have a completion disorder. That's like, if I start something, I have to complete it.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I more so read the books to force myself to get, because the passion for me is speaking. I know it enhances my speaking. Well, every book,
Right.
it makes me 0.5% better. So I just better communicator, more competency, more intelligence. When I hear people talking about different industries and things, I want to know what the fuck they're talking about. I hate language barriers. I study languages just because I don't want someone cussing me out in Spanish without me being
You
able to
actually know
cuss
4
them out.
languages?
No, not at all. I barely know one. No, but I am.
You'll pick up Spanish.
Dude,
over
I'm
here.
picking it up. And I always ask my girl, I'm like, let me speak Spanish to this guy. She's like, no, you can't fully do it. And I'm like, let me try.
Your girl's
She's Israeli, so she speaks
Spanish?
Yeah, no, I speak way better Spanish than her. So she's Israeli and Argentinian, but I still speak better Spanish than her. No, I'm just kidding, baby. I'm such a simp. I'm so bad. She watches it. No, dude. So like, I'm huge on languages and learning and education and all of these things because your communication is everything.
everything.
It's everything. You know what I mean? And really, communication comes from the heart because there's been some dumb presidents that have won hearts. There's been some dumb leaders that have won hearts because, I studied every single president in the third and fourth quarter of last year, and then I picked 10 or 15 leaders that I wanted to study as well. Spent an hour each morning. Took me like 100-something days, not even. I knocked it all out. Fourth quarter of last year, fourth quarter of last year. And you know what I found the most common denominator of for powerful speakers and powerful leaders? Wasn't intelligence. It wasn't work ethic. It wasn't like who was the hardest worker. It wasn't who was the smartest. It wasn't who was the richest. You know what it really came down to? Relatability. People want to serve a leader they can relate to. People want to work for someone. They want to bleed for someone. They want to die for someone. They want to live for someone they can relate to. JFK, he's famous for one quote, at least to me. Don't ask what you can do for your country. Or don't ask what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And that's it. Alexander the Great. Here's this is my favorite leader, I think. Netflix tried to ruin him, but I won't get into that. This is one of my favorite leaders. They were marching, and I think it was to fight King Xerxes, some Persian king. They were marching. He had thousands of men, tens of thousands. They're marching through the desert. They're parched. They have no water. They have no food. Men are dying. He sends out scouts. He sends out generals. They go miles ahead. They come back with one helmet of water. They hand it to King Alexander. He takes this glistening water, looks at the water. He looks back. 10,000 men, 100,000 men, and they're all staring at him. Like, holy shit, dude. He takes the water. He looks back at the men. He dumps it out.
No.
He dumps the shit out, dude. And it shook me to my soul. And I was like, that's who people want to work for. That's who people want to die for. The army, the history says the army enraged. And they went on to destroy, they annihilated King Xerxes. They annihilated the opponent. Dude, but people are like, well, they were parched. They didn't have water. There is something about a leader that leads from the front with the relatability of, I'm going to win with you or I'm going to die with you. And it absolutely engulfed the entire army with this rage of, we'll do whatever you say, dog. We'll go to war with you. We'll die for you. So, dude, that's my favorite when it comes to sales, when it comes to leadership, when it comes to people. Show me the guy or the girl that will dump out the helmet of water and go to war side by side.
Side by side with you.
Side by side, bro. Let's go to war. Like, that's my mindset. That's the people I want around me. That's why, like, I relate to you. I like your shit. You know, I see you posting your sales calls. I'm like, oh, dog will go to war. You know what I mean? There's a lot of leaders out there that get fat off commissions for a year or two and you build up a sales team or whatever. And I'm too good to get on the phone. I'm too good to knock on the door. I'm too good to post up my calls and show like I'm going to fail. You know, I fucking didn't close a deal in front of my life. I haven't had to close for 3-4 years. Like, I'm back in closing mode right now. I'm showing guys I can still close. Didn't close a deal in front of my people. Some people like, oh, you didn't close. You know what I mean? Like, dog, I haven't closed more than you're ever even going to probably be in the insurance industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's 10,000 times I haven't closed. That's how I got here,
That's
bro.
exactly how you fucking got there, though.
You know what I mean? That's how I got here. There's X amount of non-closes to get to this level.
Yep. Law of
just
averages,
sped
bro.
through it, bro.
That happened to me, bro. I stopped closing for a little bit.
Yeah.
And like, I would tell my guys I'd close.
Yeah.
And then they were like, yeah, we're trying. So then
That's fat Alexander mode.
Yeah, last 2 months I told
Get
them,
to work.
try to fucking beat me, bro.
Yeah.
You're not going to fucking beat me.
Yeah,
like
bro.
now my guys, you're not going to fucking catch me.
Yeah.
If you catch me, I'll like double your fucking, I'll give you a fat bonus. but they build onto that a lot more, bro. Because they see you in the trenches, waking up, taking the calls, closing the deals, and leading by example.
Every
bro.
aspect, every standard. You, as the leader, if you weren't setting the highest standard, you're not respected.
Correct.
Because in ancient times, the one that was typically culture-wise, the one that was, you know, elected to be leader was the strongest man or the strongest individual to defeat, like who becomes the king of the pride of lions, the one that wins the battle, dog. So it's like, if you got your guys that are waking up before you and beating you to the gym and they look better than you, they're not going to respect you in that aspect of your life. If you got guys that are reading more than you, they're developing, you know, their workplace intelligence more than you, they're not going to respect you. Your emotional and spiritual stability, if you're off the walls with your character, drinking and drugging and chasing women, I hate these, like, I shouldn't say hate, but like, the actions of these young men carelessly chasing women. Like, dude, you lock in to one girl, as soon, like, I'm not like a player, like, I'm here to marry you. I told my girl day one, freaked her out, yo, I'm marrying you. And then I got her name tatted. You know what I mean? Like, within the first, like, we're like 4 or 5 months. This is her name in Hebrew.
Oh, shit.
Like, people don't understand how nuts you have to be to, like, go to that level.
Right.
And I told her, listen, Elon Musk married one of his wives after the first 10 days. Now, I obviously said one of his wives. I always say, this is my last. So it's like, but I swear to God, dude, it's like, I'm not trying to be that dude that's like, I've been with my girl for 7 years. She cheated once. I cheated once.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. You know where my standards are? Look to the moon and then go put a telescope on there and look again. You know what I mean? Like, it's insanity in every aspect.
Yep.
I want the best every single day. I want the best girl. I want the best body, the best life. And I'm going to bring that level of energy to every aspect of my life because I deserve it. The people deserve it. My family deserves it. And at the end of the day, like, there's nothing worse than, like, deep down knowing your girl isn't proud of you. Your mom isn't proud of you. Your family isn't proud of you. Because how could they be proud of you when you're failing in your physical body? Your body looks like failure. Your mind looks like failure. Your spirit, you're emotionally unstable. Your character is weak, broken. You're a stealer. You're annoying. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah.
You're weak, dude. What are you talking about? So it's like every aspect has to be killer, bro. Like, I think a big thing I hate is like when people are rude to like strangers. You know what I mean? Like to the waiter, the waitress. Like if you disrespect your mother, the waiter, the waitress, I don't care who it is, we're done, dog. I already in my mind, I know it's like, this isn't somebody I can have around me. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a great test.
You have like, I only need people around me that are like thinking bigger, doing more, doing bigger, or you can't be around me. It's not like I'm better than you. It's you deserve more and I deserve more. And until you realize that, stay over there.
How many of your high school friends do you still hang out with?
I was a lone wolf in high school. I had a couple friends, and we still, I think 2, 3 still stay in touch with me. You know what I mean? But I was a bad kid. I was in fights all the time, and I was labeled. I grew up in a predominantly like white area, and I was a dark kid in my area, and I'm a light skin. You know what I mean? Like I'm a light skin, and I was a darker kid in my area, so I dealt with a lot of like kids just being, you know, weird and just predominantly white. And so like, you know, I was just like that bad kid. People weren't allowed to hang out with me, and I was like just looked down upon. You know, we grew up poor, American poor, I call it, you know. So yeah, just 2 or 3 pretty much stay in touch, and they all do pretty well. You know what I mean? So like, yeah.
I find it tough, bro, for people like us to like keep in touch with a lot of people.
Oh no,
because it's like they'll get offended by how high our standards are.
Yeah,
and I
like to offend everybody.
I'm not gonna, you know.
My girl offends me every day. You know what I mean? She's like, that's why I love her to life. You know what I mean? Like I already knew I was gonna marry the girl because she was like, but you could be better. You can do more. Like there's not many, you know, guys around our age that we look to and we're like, oh, that's competition. Like I don't look at guys around my age in my area in the world and I'm like, okay, what was Elon doing at my age? Or like, what were these? Like, I'm trying to compete in every aspect. You know what I mean? I may not have the rocket science down, but I'm looking at the body. I'm looking at the mind, the spirit, the finances. And I'm like, dude, for what I've accomplished by 25 years old, there's not many, dude. And she's like, nah, that's weak. Be better. Do more. And I'm like, oh, I'm wifing you. I'm protecting you with my life. I'll die for you right now. Because like very few will challenge you.
Yep.
Like you've built up to a certain like status in your life where your friends and your closest people, they won't challenge you. And the reason being is there's maybe an insecurity within where like they know they can get something from you. So when they're receiving, it shuts off this ideology in the mind of I shouldn't challenge Alexis. He may stop giving me favoritism. So now like the people closest to you, I have to pay or incentivize my people to like challenge me. I'm like, hey dog, if you don't tell me some stupid shit I'm doing, like we're gonna have issues. Like I'm not here to be stagnant at us doing $5 million a year. That's not where we're gonna stay. You know what I mean? So like we need to be doing $5 million a minute, and it's not gonna be from like, you know, you making me feel good about myself. Tell me where I suck. Tell me where I can get better. And that's why I adore this girl, because it's like, dude, here's where you can get better. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's always constructive. I don't want to, you know, paint her to seem like, you know, like, she's like just beating me up. But like, it's so invaluable. When you want to be great, you don't, like the how doesn't matter. As long as it's moral, like you're not worried about the how. Like how did Kobe and Jordan get great? They paid a coach. They fell in love with people around them, only allowed people around them that would push them to think bigger in every aspect, dude. Like dialed down to the T of like how much salt is going into your body, like to the T, bro. Like I need to be dialed in every aspect.
100%, bro.
That's like, it's everything. It's everything.
I think a lot of people, not just our age, but in general, they accomplish so many things so early, so fast. And they're like, you know, but in comparison to, and that's the standard now that they set. So I think if we continue to surround ourselves around bigger people.
Burn the ships, burn the trophies, burn it all, dog. Burn the good, the bad, the ugly. Appreciate, have gratitude, and just one day at a time. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I have this insanity mindset of like, hey, look, we're married day one, get you tatted day one. It's one day at a time. Like, like when you truly love yourself, you love others so much, you have so much confidence in yourself. You understand the ships, the plan Bs, the trophies, the all of the money and everything you acquired. Thank God, but I'm not codependent upon it. You can't strip away the wisdom, the knowledge, the experience. Burn it all. I'll start again today. Back at zero. Zero mindset is what it is. What can you take from me? Nothing. Bro. You can't take my mind. You can't take my heart. You can't take my soul. Take everything, bro. Take everything. Because I told these last motherfuckers, I said, listen, on the last podcast, I was like, there's one way I'm going out in this world. I'm going out on my fucking feet. You know what I mean? I'm going out like Spartan. Like I'm going out on my shield, put a sword through my, like sometimes I feel bad. I don't want to die old because I'm like, how did our ancestors die?
Yeah. It's just
in war, like a real fucking man. You know what I mean? But like, I'm not going to go to war and die from some chemical attack or something like now. But like when I think about it, I'm like, shit, bro, I was born in the wrong time. Like I don't want to die at 90, like all weak and decrepit. I want to die with a six pack and a sword through my chest, which sounds insane. It might sound nuts, but at the same time, I'm like, dog, I'm a real fucking man. You know what I mean? Like I've been through some real shit, and like I'm trying to show these young men, like, nah, dude, you're not gonna be weak. Your girl wants a king. You know how you get, how you get the crown? You go to war in every aspect of your life. So it's like, that's the mindset, man. Like, it's not just sales for me. It really is war in my mind all day long of like, I'm going to bring the best and I'm going to war with everybody in every shape or form. Like I'm going to have the best relationship with God. I'm going to have the best relationship with my mom. I'm going to have the best relationship with my body, my mind, my spirit, every aspect till I die.
You're on your shit every day, bro. When I see your stories, I'm like, it pumps me up, bro, because even though this is the first time we meet in person, I feel like I'm like, damn, like this guy's like we're holding each other accountable.
Yeah.
Day in and day out.
Here's what I'll wrap with. Because I wake up pissed pretty much. I wake up positively pissed. It's a beautiful thing. I put on worship, I read a Bible verse, and I'm pissed. I'm pissed where I feel like I should be beating Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos now, regardless of rocket science and all these things they have. But, you know, you have the delayed gratification. But I wake up pissed, and here's what I tell people. Everybody and their mother wants a vision board and a dream board. Burn that shit. Here's why. And we just talked about vision, you know, so I'm going to sound hypocritical right now.
Right.
But everybody's putting too much time and energy into the positive vision, cupcake dream board. I'm going to have this car and this jet, and I'm going to have this life and that body. No, I need you to make a nightmare board, a demon board. And you need to create a board of what your life is going to look like if you keep sleeping in and you keep cheating on your family and your friends and your girl and yourself and your diet and the calls and knocking on the doors. You keep cheating and taking the shortcuts. Your character is going to continue to break down. Your bank is going to continue to break down. Your body is going to continue to get fat and disgusting. You're going to hate everything in your life. And the vision board and the dream board is inspiring. But that nightmare board is motivating. When you put that thing in front of you, you're like, I'm going to lose this amazing girl if I don't get better. I'm going to lose this great body if I don't get better. I'm going to lose this money. And all. Dude, you're going to lose. There's not an in between. There is no neutral in life. You win or you lose. Where can people find you?
Dude,
I went way over. I'm so sorry.
That's fucking killer, bro. You got me pumped up.
I'm sorry.
I want
pre-workout.
I want to spar now with a fractured rib.
Right.
You guys can find me on socials, Instagram, just my name, Alexis Valladares. If you're an agent and you guys are struggling,
go to my Instagram to find that. Because there's no way people are gonna Valladares.
Tag me on your Instagram and you guys can find.
We're gonna have to spell it out. Put it on here. Holy shit!
It's Valladares.
Miami will know what that is.
You gotta get used to this fucking Fernandez,
I know.
Gonzalez. Like I
always tell my girl, I'm talking in Spanish to this one.
You're moving to Miami, you gotta get used to it, bro. I mean, we have a unique last name, but
yes.
I appreciate you having me, bro.
I appreciate you.
It's awesome
seriously.
meeting you. Surrounding myself around people like you is all I aspire to do. So keep doing your thing, bro.
Absolutely, bro.
What is it? Spin the block.
Spin a block, baby.
Yes,
Knock
sir.
again. Run it again.
Yes, sir.
Peace.